Hi friends, today we're going to go over the new academic planners from Erin Condren. I have both the 7x9 and the A5 and we can do a comparison. Let's get started. Thank you so much for joining me on my channel. I just received my academic planner order from Erin Condren. It came over the weekend and this is the 7x9 coiled Pastel Minimal academic planner, and I did a full review on this and I will link it down below and you can check out the full review. I thought it'd be great to go over and this new softbound one and compare it to the coiled one if you're deciding between the two. And I also got in my order that I ordered, this I paid for myself, and this was a gift from Erin Condren as an EC creator. So I did pick up the new sticky notes that are for students. I was really pleasantly surprised to know that they are from the Post-it brand. So these should stick really well without any residue and you'll be able to move these around. There's one for assignments, one for studying and topics with tasks, and then one that says this week. And I actually showed my daughter and she was really impressed and she really liked these. She's going to actually really be using these. So I'm excited that Erin Condren came out with these kinds of new Post-it notes for students. I like how slim it is, so you can actually use it in both this A5 planner as well as the coiled. It's really well designed. So my daughter did decide she's going to go with the Softbound planner just because it's easy for portability. She loves the minimalist look, and she needs to carry this around at school, so this is easy to carry and not as bulky obviously with the coil. Sometimes she does just leave her planner at home. The coil is a nice one to go to, but just to compare, you can see the thickness here. Obviously the coil is thicker, and then I have an add-on in here for projects, so that's why it's probably thicker than normal. So yeah, that's like an A5 to 7x9 comparison. I'm going to the top corner here, so there's still a little bit of room left on the sides here. And with the coil, definitely for sure this one is way more portable. You know what I like about this is that this eucalyptus color is really beautiful. I wish there were more cover options, colors to pick for the Pastel Minimal. I mean, this is fine too. And I also wish there's a journey cover that's colorful, that if someone did want a colorful interior, to have a more like a different color on the outside, maybe a brighter solid color. Anyway, I know that they're testing out the new layout, so obviously that's like something extra to do. I mean, it doesn't matter. So there are two softbound choices to have. You can't change the cover. You can get it personalized, I think, with initials. So there's the Journey one, that's the colorful version, and this is the Pastel Minimal. And so let me just take this flap out really quick. And just move this up a bit. So I did show that to my daughter that they changed this to a vertical layout. She was shocked, but it made her rethink how she was going to, work in this planner. So I'll share that with you as we go through it. So just like the other, let me move this up a bit. Just like the coiled planner, it's pretty much the same, just in a compact version. There's an opening page here. I really like their softbound books. And just to keep in mind, their softbound books are not printed in the United States in their printing facilities. These are made in Korea. So this is really nice with this eucalyptus colored end pages, kind of adds a nice classy touch to things. So yeah, these are not made in the store. And we can check and see if there are any color differences. So then here you get your full year and a half view, and you're able to make notes of anything on here. I don't think there's a notes page in this one. It's just this is kind of nice because you can make notes of what's going on here. In the coiled version, it's just the view of the year. Okay, so heritage and awareness observances, and your class schedule again in here for 2 different semesters. Again, if you were in college on the quarterly system, you may have to just, paste another page in here for quarterly things. So maybe in the future they would add another option, another schedule for people in college in the quarterly system. Okay, so this is the month of August. It's a beautiful green color. And then you have the month view here, which is really nice. And then you go through and you have, I love this, oh, this nice and compact, this productivity page. It's the same layout as in the Coil Planner. We'll go through afterwards. Let me just flip through everything first, then we'll go through and compare. I do like this deadline tracker. This is really great for like assignments that, for, thinking, planning ahead for the month for the different assignments, as well as, for her college applications. This may be actually a good thing too to use. And then you go straight into the week. Her school doesn't start until later in August, but this is what she was thinking. She was like very shocked by the layout at first because she's been so used to using the previous academic planner since middle school. So, but it did make her think, this is kind of cool. She said that she has 11 classes. So this would not fit for all of her classes because some of them are not every day, that she would do different groupings. And I thought this was pretty interesting because I never thought about it like this, but that she would make this, label this tests and have all of her tests be at the top so she could see. And then she would make these next two ones she would group them together to be assignments. So these would be all of her assignments due for the week. The third one would be meetings because she's got meetings at school with college, her college counselors and other people. And so she would put meetings here. This box she would use for extracurriculars, like, clubs or whatever, anything else. This one she would use for her college applications to-dos for the week here. And then this final one at the bottom would be, right now, since we're starting school, she would put the tennis team and she would have her tennis, practice and game schedule down the bottom. So that's what she told me. And the bottom here, these to-dos, she would just be miscellaneous admin to-do things. So I thought that was pretty interesting to think about things that way, instead of thinking this as classes, but grouping them into certain things, especially if you are a student doing sports and you have different hobbies. These could actually, or if you're working part-time, I think these actually would be great little like boxes for different parts of your life, rather than just thinking of it just straight as classes. If this works out, there's actually 7 boxes here for your, 6 or classes or whatnot, then that works great. But for her, I think she has said she's going to set it up that way, which I thought was pretty interesting and pretty cool. So she's going to be using the A5 Softbound. If I have time this month, I may do a few mock-up schedules in the coiled planner. So stay tuned for that. I'll see if I have time to do that. I'm hoping I do. I know for some people, the school's already starting like next week. So, or may have already started. I don't even know. So I feel like it's getting earlier and earlier each year. So yeah, so this layout, she loved the colors, the Pastel Minimal. I think that's her jam. They've been doing really well with like just creating this whole pastel minimal theme. So this goes on through the same throughout the month. And then there's September, where you get the monthly spread and this. And there is a ribbon. There's 2, there's just 1 ribbon. So you can keep your place for where you are in the week. She has a planner stand, so it stays open. That's pretty easy, but I do like the ribbon bookmark. And if you wanted to get tabs, Erin Condren does sell monthly tabs, or you can get tabs from your favorite place as well. If you wanted to get tabs for this, put the ribbon back here. So we'll go through the rest of the months. So then, okay, so September is here. It's a different color. It's just like paler green, like a mint green. And then you get October. It's sort of a grayer toned green. They're very subtle, like the differences in them. I don't know if you can see it on screen. November is definitely more of like a bluer gray, although it looks more gray on screen. Let's see. It is harder to find a month. December, it's beautiful mauve. Let's see. Let's go through this. January, it's like this beige. February is pretty pink, blush color. And I like how February looks here with the March is like a darker toned, dusty rose. April is this like light taupe, brownish tone, which I like too. I like for the headers up here. And they transition really nice between the Dusty Rose to that. And then May is here. Let's see. And June is this really pretty yellow. I don't know if there's July in the bookbound. Yeah, there is July too. So you do get a July if you need to plan stuff for the summer. And then there's a full schedule back here for July. And at the end, oh, you do get project and exams. You get a, see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 pages for projects and exams in the back, which is great. And the full planner year for 2027 here to plan ahead. And that's it. This is a great, like, just if you aren't a student, this is a great, like, lined vertical. If you wanted to use this for, like, just planning your home and you wanted to take this on the go, I really like that. And I think this is really clean. If you wanted this to be a memory planner, this could also be another option to be a memory planner because it's very open and you can, like, you know, journal some things and put photos in here. I did measure the lines, and the lines here, not a ruler, they are like a little bit over 1.5 inches. It's like a little bit over that. So it's 1.5 inches. Let's see what the height is. The height is less than 1 inch. So let's compare that with the coiled planner. Let's open this up here. Here, let me do this. Fold it on the side. So for the coil planner, this is a little bit less than 2 inches lengthwise. And then height, it's, is it about 1 inch? It's about 1 inch. So they're about, this is a little less than 1 inch, and this is actually 1 inch. So it's like 2 by 1 on this one. They're a little longer. So if you had stickers, 1.5 inch column stickers, they actually would fit better in here. They would just be longer, but you would have more white space around the sides if you did it on this planner. That's just to let you know on that one. And then I do think that in terms of, like, you know, obviously it's wider here. You have more room to write longer. This one's smaller, but I like the portability of this one. I think it's really nice. I think they're both very comparable. I will say, I didn't know, like, the printing here, let's look at December. It's a little bit brighter in the sense, maybe you can't really tell the difference. It's very subtle. I feel like the tone here, maybe it's the white. It's a little brighter on the EC coiled. So it could be a little more muted. Let's see what January looks like. Let's see. Maybe you can't tell. Yeah, maybe you can tell more in this one. This one's a little more brighter and lighter, and this is printed a little dark, tiny bit darker. It's a smidge darker, but it still looks really good. And so yeah, that's the Softbound Life Planner here. And let's see. I think it just depends on what you like. Personally, I mean, I'm not in school, so I love the coil, just being able to fold it on itself. I'm used to the 7x9 after, you know, so many years using it. I feel like this, like, there's just enough room to write everything on here. This one for sure, as a student, if you're on the go, just to have all the right, you know, info on here. Here, let's just look at the monthly productivity page. Let me go to September because you can see the difference in the sizing. So the monthly, I feel like there's a good, even in the A5 size, because it's across 2 pages, the monthly page is pretty good. Obviously it's bigger in here. Let me move this over a bit. Here. So that's, you know, it's not too much. The squares are, what is the square? Let's see. Okay, it's about like 1 1/4 by a little bit more than 1 1/4. And these are typical Erin Condren. I don't even know. I didn't even measure. This is like over 1.5 and not quite, like 1.25 high. So you have more height. I mean, there is still height here, but there's definitely more room to write on here. But I feel like you do have enough room to write in here. I don't know why, but it feels like they're bigger. There's more space to write than it would be in like in the A5 rings for some reason. But I'm not sure if I'm just not remembering how I write. I feel like this looks bigger to me than how it was before in the inserts. Okay, so let's turn the page. You can see, oh my God, this is just so cute. It's like little mini, the goals box here. It's the same number of dots. The important dates are here. It's just shrunken. It's like a little bit skinnier in these boxes. And the to-do list are here. Instead of top to-dos, it says just to-dos, which honestly, you don't really need top to-dos. It could have just been to-dos or just not there at all. I would think I would have preferred not to have the headers up here, but I think they wanted to be consistent, making these important dates and whatnot. But I would have rather just leave it open and a student can figure out what they wanted to do for these sections. I do actually like this area. You know how it's boxed in the life planner? I like it just open here, to be honest. And I like it just being an open area. I would prefer if the whole area was just like a doc grid section, especially in the life planner. Let me actually show you. How we have this section down here. And I know a lot of people do different kits and they have a whole thing here. I really just don't like plastering the page with so many stickers, but I feel like it's so boxed in. It would have been more, I know they needed to do a long to-do list, but it could have been just been one long to-do list all the way down or two separate ones and then making these boxes like open, if that makes sense. Because in this horizontal box area, I don't really use. It's kind of, I feel like it's kind of useless in a way. But here, for some reason, looks more open and looks really nice. So I like it there. The deadline tracker, there is definitely enough room to write here, the assignment and everything on here. You still get the different, like, you know, columns. It's just a little bit smaller, but it still looks really good. Like I feel like they're both really functional. It just depends on what your preference. If you like a 7x9 planner, you want more space to write in, that's pretty much it. And I just wanted to see, like, okay, so if we stuck one of these in here, like an important, let's do this. Oh, this is really nice. Do like a study. Okay, I stuck a study one here and an assignments one on the coiled one. And it doesn't take off the whole planner. It's actually pretty nice and compact. You can leave it hanging out, which is really nice for, you know, if you needed to like get to it right away. Kind of like this. Like I know I need to study this and you can look at it right away. And then just putting your assignments there. So that, yeah, I really like that this can go anywhere. It fits really nicely in the planner. And the Post-it note brand is great. You can just see it hanging out here. So if you need to get to that page right away, you can just go there right away. Yeah, I think these new sticky notes are really cool. I like that they're by the Post-it brand because I know that it doesn't feel like overly sticky. I know previously EC had their sticky notes were not that good and they were like sometimes not that sticky, they would fall off, but they've gotten better. I actually really like the sticky note booklet, which actually students can use too. I've been using this a lot to help me pre-plan for the week. So even these would work really well in here. In fact, I think like for like these weekly pages, let me move this over. Like you could put down like, that's a lot of habits, like here, like maybe there's key tests or something here and like these could just pop in here really nicely, or you just notes on here. Yeah, I like these a lot. I was surprised. I don't know why. I bought these and I wasn't sure like if I would be using them, but I use these like all the time and very, very, very functional. So this is another good accessory to have if you wanted to have this and you won't have like the coiled what do you call it? These things. the coiled sticky notes, because that won't really work with this and would work better in a coil planner. You can get some of these, and these little tab student sticky notes are great. Okay, I have a little sticker haul from HanCanPlan. I actually have 2 more orders. I've done another order, and I think that one shipped. And then I did one for National Planner Day. She had a huge sale. So I got some of her stuff. I'm not a person that actually uses kits a lot, but I like her decor sheets. And then I like her, I wanted to try some of her basic kits that I could use. I can use this between my Erin Condren, my Hobonichi, like my journals, my notebooks. I have my new notebook from Sterling Ink. I just wanted to use some of her stuff because I think she's a designer, and I feel like she has really good taste, number one. And I just wanted to try some of the stuff out. So for someone, I don't really want to use kits in my dashboard so much, but I wanted to try one of her kits just for fun. So I got her dashboard kit here to try out. I like this kind of plaid. It's really pretty. And this. So we'll try to do a dashboard plan with me and see how these work out, because I thought it'd be nice, because I don't like using the habit tracker in my I use it in my stuff for my social media and stuff, but I don't like using it in my own planner for home, so I can put a sticker there or something and maybe write a quote or I don't know what. So I like that. Just want to try that out. I don't know if I'll do all the dates. I feel like it makes it very heavy, but we'll try it and see. I may use that for my Hobonichi. That's why I think it's pretty nice to I can use it between different things. And then I got a bunch of these boxes and things that I can just try. I think I got an hourly kit. This is really pretty ones. I'm not sure if this is hourly. I did get some boxes just to try out in an hourly, which I'm going to do for next week. So this is one set. This floral is really pretty. This is like a farmhouse vibe, which is super cute. I love little animals. Oh, I'm sorry, this little frog with their flowers is adorable. So this is really nice, and I can use these not only in my Erin Condren, but also in my Hobonichi, my Sterling Ink. I just feel like her stickers are so versatile. I've only so far gotten the matte stickers from her. I like the matte ones. She does sell transparent, maybe for everything, and I'm not sure, for these decor sheets, but I haven't bought the transparent ones yet. I may try to do that for later on. I thought this was nice also for my memory planning. I'm going to be using my EC monthly planner as a memory planner, and this is really nice for my trips that we just had in Southern California. And this floral is really pretty like that too. And then this is the monthly dashboard page. I just wanted to try this out and take a look at it. I thought it would be kind of like something different to try. Typically I don't, as you guys know, I don't really use that many kid sticker stuff, but I thought this was really pretty anyway, so I couldn't resist. This one's really, really adorable. I like strawberries, and this would look really pretty in my journal or memory planner or whatever I'm using. That's why I feel like her stickers are so versatile. And this, this is the floral that can go with this other kit here. So yeah, and so I can do a mix of decor and whatever. I think it looks really nice. And then I'll use it up between all my other different journals, memory planners, and whatever. And this is really cute. This is like a bookish theme here. And this looks like really pretty English tea garden theme for my journal. I think this is so pretty. Anyway, I did get from her this last planner launch sale the whole floral set for the bouquet planner, because I wanted to use that for, I was thinking more I wanted to, since the bouquet is going to be the main guts of my planner, I wanted to use all her florals for the this page. So I'll decorate that with the floral for the month, since it matches the tab. But I'll probably start that in September. Thank you so much for joining me in this video. I hope you like this quick comparison between the two Pastel Minimal academic planners, the A5 and the 7x9, as well as these, these little sticky notes that are Post-its from Erin Condren, great for students, and my little quick flip of all the stickers I got from HanCanPlan. I'll have 2 more orders, and I'll show you that when they come again. I'm really loving her stickers. And if you like planner content like this, if you like stationery planners and plan with me's, please consider subscribing to my YouTube channel. I'd love to have you be a part of my YouTube family, and I will see you in my next video. Bye.